Hi everyone, welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt and this is Son.
Hi.
And this is the week of WWE. This is the Rawsome Raw review. Yes, Raw, 14th of the 10th, 2019. Started off with that previously on the Funhouse where they recapped all the storyline to The Fiend and Seth Rollins. Yes, we'll get to that when we get to it. They started off with Becky Lynch coming out because Becky Lynch and Charlotte were going to have a match to determine the #1 draft pick, just like they did on SmackDown with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, but this time it was Becky and Charlotte. Originally, by the looks of it, it was supposed to be Sasha Banks, but for some reason they pulled her from that match and put Charlotte into it. Becky did a little bit of a promo about Banks, how she was supposed to be in that match, and then said about the Charlotte match, only for Charlotte to come back and said she didn't want to fight Becky, she wanted to be her friend, only for her to cheap shot Becky and then to have a bit of a brawl, be separated, and then the match was able to happen. The match was basically a typical Becky vs Charlotte match. Becky went and won. She did a cheeky little roll up, that's what I called it, a cheeky little roll up on Charlotte and got the first pick. Then they went to the backstage. This is a bit actually, we'll get to that in the first round of the draft as well, actually, now thinking about it. Yep, we went to backstage. Rollins did an interview where they were saying about the Fiend and about everything that was happening, only for him to say he was going Fiend hunting and that he was going to find Bray Wyatt and the Fiend later on. Then we went to the first round of the draft. Stephanie McMahon came out. She drafted the first pick to Raw, who was?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, yes. This is what I was going to say before, was that Bray Wyatt is actually SmackDown, Rollins is Raw. Now I did say on the SmackDown, at the Blue SmackDown review, about maybe the Fiend didn't get drafted, so he's going to be on each program, but still, later on in the night we will get to basically Bray Wyatt. He was on Raw, let's just say that now. He is supposed to be SmackDown, so I'm a little bit concerned about the draft already, because they haven't separated him from Raw or SmackDown, but it's just typical WWE. Anyway, first pick, so I say, of SmackDown Live was?
Lesnar.
Yep, Brock Lesnar, yep. Big shocker. To be fair, through this whole draft, not many people moved. To be fair, they kind of stayed on their own show. There was a few movements, not very many. Raw was then Charlotte. SmackDown was New Day. And then finally Raw was Andrade with Selena Vega, which is surprise, surprise, being as he is actually going out with Charlotte. He stayed on Raw with her. Very funny. And Selena Vega is actually married to Aleister Black in real life, so I was thinking Aleister Black was going to stay on Raw, and in fact he actually did. So funny that. Then we had Andrade come out with Selena Vega. She did a promo about basically being drafted to Raw, not much to it. They had a match against Ali, which he won because Selena Vega interfered in the match, and that was kind of it. Then we get to the second round of the draft. Raw got the Kabuki Warriors car. Yes, it's the Women's Tag Team Champions who can go anywhere. So they got selected to Raw. Basically they were saying if they lose the titles, they're exclusively then to Raw. SmackDown got Daniel Bryan. Yes, Daniel Bryan stayed on SmackDown. Raw got Rusev. Yes, funny that, being as he's in a program with Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley's Raw. SmackDown got Bayley, yes, funny that. The SmackDown Women's Champion stayed on SmackDown. And finally Raw got Aleister Black, as I was saying. Then we went into a Raw's Tag Team Championship match. It was the Viking Raiders versus Robert Roode and Ziggler. And finally the WWE pulled the trigger on the Viking Raiders, and they actually won the match, and they are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Now they're in a situation where, because they've made them so, Viking squash everything, who is going to beat them? We'll have to see. Maybe the AOP, because the AOP did not get drafted. They're hyping them up with new packages and everything like that, but they were not drafted. That was, to me, that was kind of funny, but oh well. Then we got to the third round of the draft. Raw got Alexander. Cedric Alexander, he stayed on Raw. SmackDown got Shinsuke Nakamura, he stayed on SmackDown. Raw got Humberto Carrillo. SmackDown got one of your favourites,
Ali.
Yep, Ali. And then finally Raw got Eric Rowan. No Luke Harper was drafted either, so we don't know where he's going to go. It would make sense for him to stay on Raw, for him to jump to Raw with Eric Rowan, but we'll have to see. Then we did get a match between Aleister Black and Eric Young. Finally, Eric Young has a match, but it's a very, very quick squash match because Aleister Black beat him with a submission, I think it was. Go to the 4th round of the draft now. Raw got
Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy. SmackDown got Ziggler and Robert Roode. Raw got Jinder Mahal. Yes, he's out injured at the minute. It's kind of a funny pick that because he's now kind of middle card to low card, but he got drafted in the 3rd round of Raw's draft. I thought it was quite funny. No, sorry, 4th round of the draft. SmackDown then got Carmella, and they split them up because Raw got R-Truth, yes, but he is 24/7 champion, so he can go anywhere. So again, they're trying to say that they're exclusively to one brand, but they can kind of go anywhere. Then we've got the Street Profits, who actually have now got home on Raw. They were doing a bit of promo again. They keep doing this promotional work. They were hyping up the Fury contract signing, only for the OC to come in to basically tease them and to mock them, and then to say Raw was their home and it belonged to the OC. Then they attacked the Street Profits. So it looks like they're going to be in a program with the OC going forward. Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin. Ricochet got the win. Throwaway match. Raw's rubbish. I'm not even going to talk about Lana or Bobby Lashley. I'm skipping over it because it was just... that's it. Then we had Jerry the King Lawler did a contract signing between Strowman and Fury. Not much to this at all, to be fair. All I can say is that Fury is a terrible promo. He is just bad, to the point where the fans were chanting "what" in between his sentences. Again, that sort of mocking "what" chant. That's all it is, and the ending was just terrible. I don't even want to talk about it. Then we get to the 5th round of the draft. Raw got Samoa Joe. SmackDown got The Miz. Raw got Akari Tozawa. SmackDown got, who did get? King Corbin, yes, and Raw got Shelton Benjamin. Then we had another match, Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander. Another throwaway match, but this was quite cool because I really liked that Murphy's Law finisher. Buddy Murphy did use that to get the win. Then we got the Street Profits basically reeling from the attack, saying that they need 3-on-3, so they're going to get a mystery partner, and I'm guessing that's next week. And then we get to the final round of the draft. Raw got Rey Mysterio, yes. SmackDown got... I'm not going to say his name because it's really stupid. SmackDown got Chad Gable, not what they're calling him at the minute. It's pathetic, but oh well. Then Raw got Titus O'Neil. SmackDown got Elias, yes, and Raw finally got Liv Morgan, and that was kind of how they ended the draft. Funny last pick, that Liv Morgan, especially when you got other females who didn't get drafted, but okay. And then we got the Kabuki Warriors versus Natalya and another mystery opponent. She later revealed it to be Lacey Evans. Why? They've been in the program where they've been at each other's throats for the last month or two, and she's now a partner. Come on, WWE, that's all I can say. Kabuki Warriors won. That was it. And then we get to the last bit. Quickly got to the last bit as well, because it literally was Kabuki Warriors won straight into the Firefly Funhouse. They were running out of time. You could tell they were running out of time. And they did. Basically, Ramblin' Rabbit was basically warning Bray Wyatt that Seth Rollins was on his way. Because if you can remember, right back at the beginnings, yeah, I forgot, Seth Rollins said he was going to go fiend hunting. And in the end, he did. He jumped in from the side of the shot onto Bray Wyatt, attacked him, did a very, like, I don't know, cheesy punches. They looked really stupid. To be fair, I thought like they were using all the noises because he picked up the photos. He was smashing them. They were doing all the Firefly Funhouse noises to it, so it made it look a bit sort of weird to me. Only for then him to burn it down because he set fire to the table, effectively tipped the table, and that burned down the set of the Fireflies Funhouse. So is that the end of the Fireflies Funhouse? We don't know. It might be back next week, or it might not. I thought this end bit, I don't know about this end bit, I'm on the fence. I did think it looked a bit weird and stupid at times, especially when they were overacting the punches and all that. I know it's in the Fireflies Funhouse, but come on, this is supposed to be in the reality as well. you know, the whole part of Bray Wyatt's gimmick is that sort of split persona where he's like the bubbly children's presenter, which, you know, is kind of stereotyped, but Seth Rollins isn't. So why is he then going into the Firefly Funhouse and doing it? Are they trying to say that the Firefly Funhouse has an effect where it makes people like a children's presenter, where they have to go OTT with everything? I don't know. I'm not really too sure, but still, I'm not really too sure what this means for The Fiend. They did announce at Crown Jewel there's going to be several matches now. There's going to be a tag team turmoil for the best tag team in the world. There's going to be Bray Wyatt, The Fiends versus Seth Rollins again in a Falls Count Anywhere. So that one, I'm looking forward to that one. It's not confined to the cage. It could be quite interesting, that one. Hopefully they won't botch the ending, like I believe, on sort of my personal opinion, that they did at Hell in a Cell. But we'll have to see. Anyway, that was Raw. I did think they crammed a lot into the Raw, especially with the draft. Again, like I said in SmackDown, it was a draft episode, so I'm not really going to say whether it was good or not. It was a draft episode. It was what it was. So yeah, if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. The schedule is going to be a bit up in the air this week because NXT, AEW and SmackDown all got to be recorded at the weekend because of the work commitments. So watch out for the videos Saturday and Sunday, because I'll split them because too many videos at once. So I think 3 videos in one day, so we'll split them between the days. Anyway, I'll say goodbye and say goodbye, Kai.
Bye.
Goodbye.